silence as I'm walking by. Come and say something, I wanna hear your voice.
Hello, my beautiful rosebuds. Of course, it's your favorite rosebud, Niecy K. And of course, I'm coming back with yet another video. And before we get into a topic, I do want to go ahead and say like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that when I do upload more videos, you guys are alerted. And sharing is caring. Now, as you guys can see, we are going to be discussing the whole Kevin Hunter pretty much requesting and demanding that Wendy Williams pay not only alimony, but he is asking for spousal support, child support. Yeah. So in addition to alimony, this man is asking for child support. So let's go ahead and let's go through this whole breakdown together, guys. So Kevin, pretty much after cheating on Wendy Williams for 11 years and allegedly knocking up his mistress who gave birth to his daughter, on top of being physically, emotionally, and mentally abusive to Wendy Williams, allegedly, this man, after doing all that damage to Wendy Williams, feels he is entitled to not just alimony, guys, child support for his 18-year-old son, who so happens to be staying with Wendy Williams when he is not in college, guys. So he's not even over there with Kevin or Calvin, whatever his name is. He is with Wendy. So you kind of got to see how it's sitting here, like, how do you even feel you have the right to ask for child support? How? Now, guys, I kind of was doing a little bit of digging on my end because, again, as we know, Kevin Hunter has been cheating on Wendy Williams for 11 years. His relationship with this girl has been flaunted in his face. He's been buying this side chick, Serena Hudson, with all this lavish gifts and spending money on her that we know is not his money because he can't afford it because, you know, without Wendy, he couldn't afford it. But anyway, so he was doing all this lavish stuff for his side chick, right? So in my head, I'm just sitting here like, I don't understand how this man feels he's even entitled to alimony, let alone child support. So I did go ahead and I did a little bit of digging on my end, trying to, you know, get as much detail as I can because I want you guys to see what I'm seeing. So I did find a website, and if you guys can look in this section, I have the screenshot of it that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop up right here. There is an article where it actually explains that in New Jersey, if the adultery may have negatively impacted the marriage, with an example of spouse using substantial marital assets to buy gifts for their lover, can be taken into consideration and possibly affect chances of alimony. So, mind you, like I sat here and said, unless Kevin Hunter can prove that all the money he spent on Serena Hudson was his own money and it wasn't marital assets, like, I mean, come on, the fact that we have pictures of her dripped out in all these like diamonds and name brand and driving this expensive, the car alone would be a substantial amount that could be used against him for, like, you know, you've been splurging on the side chick. Now, let's look at the fact that, again, it's being alleged that Wendy had a PI follow Kevin Hunter around and ended up finding out and bringing her evidence to prove that Kevin Hunter was indeed still seeing Serena Hudson. That is alleged to be the reason that Wendy allegedly broke her shoulder when she fell, because rumor is they got into an argument because she confronted him about still messing with Serena, and of course he got mad and allegedly pushed her down, and it caused her to break the bone in her shoulder. I believe I could be wrong, but pretty much like this had to do with him being pretty much confronted. So again, guys, like I mentioned, you had that situation where she ended up with the broken shoulder for confronting Kevin about the affair, right? Now, of course, we cannot forget that in the media alone, there are pictures that were allegedly leaked, but these pictures show Kevin chilling at the pool with Serena Hudson in Florida, allegedly down the street from the sober house Wendy was staying in. Now, mind you, Kevin was supposed to be there to support Wendy during this trying time where she was going through being in rehab for drinking and taking excessive pills. Now, mind you, she had to start taking pills when she broke her shoulder for pain. I want you guys to remember that. Just keep that little tidbit, just kind of twist it up in the mind as we go further along or whatever. Now, pretty much that is all out there that can be used against him. And of course, there's even a picture of him not just getting in the car with Serena, where Serena took the picture of them together at the pool while he was supposed to be there with Wendy taking care of her, but instead he laid up with the side chick. And the story is that Kevin is for sure planning to try to use the fact that Wendy was drinking and allegedly abusing pills as the reason that they broke up. But again, guys, remember I told you to keep that little tidbit up in there? The only reason that she even got addicted to pills or had to take pills was because of an injury that he allegedly caused. So if Wendy admits to the fact that he did cause this injury and he was the one who pushed her, I feel like that would be thrown out. As well as you have to take into account that when she allegedly was seen drinking, it had to do with the fact that he was having this affair. Plus, remember, allegedly his mistress had just given birth to their daughter when she got pretty much found completely drunk, and they had to take her to get her sobered up. So the argument that Wendy could use with the evidence to prove about the affair, as well as him, spending all this money on the mistress and buying her all these lavish gifts, is what he is trying to use as their reasoning for getting a divorce and the marriage not working, were things that he caused. He caused them. You caused the injury. You were in the affair. You had the baby. And it's laughable that he is even seeking child support for a child that doesn't even live in the house with him and is actually going to be with Wendy during the summers when he's not in college. Now, of course, he does also want Wendy to pay for his college in full on her own, which is crazy to me because I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a problem with doing that. But ultimately, my opinion on this is it seems like Kevin Hunter is trying to get as much money as he can. Reason he's trying to get as much money as he can is because he's used to living a certain lifestyle, and he knows that's how he has his side chick pretty much set up. That's what she expects. And really, the word on the street is she ain't even really into him anyway, and that the only reason she is even still dealing with him was because of the money aspect of it. Now that he's getting the divorce, there's a possibility of losing that money aspect. And Me personally, I don't see Kevin Hunter getting what he's requesting. Now, I'm not saying that Wendy is gonna come out scot-free. She might end up having to give this man something to get him off her back so that she can move on with her life. But I highly doubt it's going to be what Kevin Hunter wants, because it is also being alleged that he is actually wanting Wendy to pay alimony for life. Like, nah, bruh. Nah, that ain't how that works, homie. That is not how that works. You are moving on down to the ghetto with your deluxe apartment, waving bye-bye. But alright guys, I do want you to go ahead and comment. Let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Do y'all feel the way that I feel? Let me know. Also, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that when I do upload more videos, you guys are alerted of my pretty face. And sharing is caring. Follow your girl on all social media, everything Gossipbud87, and until the next one, bye.